Thomas's Church, Akure plays host as government leaders from Ondo State gather, raising voices in chairs, all thanking God for a journey of 50 years. In a reversal of religious belief, Muslim women commemorate the World Hijab Day, a symbol of modest grace, bonding women through faith and honor. On a somber note, Rear Admiral Daji's legacy has been laid to rest as Iduani bids farewell to a noble son who lived a life of service with honor and duty accomplished. All this and more on social and community news. Thank you very much for joining us tonight on Social and Community News. My name is Oyewumi Ayinigbara. A Thanksgiving service has been held at St. Thomas as part of activities marking the 50th anniversary of the creation of Ondo State. The service attracted political leaders, top government functionaries, and well-wishers from far and near. Blessing Obi brings us details. Thank you very much for joining us on Social and Community News. A Thanksgiving service has been held at St. Thomas's Anglican Church, Akure, as part of activities marking the 50th anniversary of the creation of Ondo State. The service attracted political leaders, top government functionaries, and well-wishers from far and near. Blessing Obi brings us details.
With songs of praise and thanksgiving, indigents of Ondo State, political leaders, and top government officials came together to appreciate God as the state marks 50 years of existence. Preaching on Remember the Journey, Renew the Vision, the Archbishop of Ondo Province, the Most Reverend Simeon Borokini, described the creation of Ondo State, a product of vision, sacrifice, and hope. He noted that the milestone is a reminder that God remains the true foundation of any society.
Is it from everyone? Leaders must lead with integrity. Elders must guide with wisdom. Youth must rise with discipline and innovation as we plan 50 years of Ondo State. Let our healthy more than rest. Let it be gratitude with humility. Reflection with repentance.
Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa described the state's 50-year journey, one sustained by faith and resilience.
Ondo State was established as a beacon of governance, unity, and opportunity. A state founded on principles that value humanity, communal solidarity, and moral responsibility.
The governor reaffirmed his administration's commitment to ethical leadership, inclusive growth, and people-centered development.
We are dedicated to strengthening institutions for transparency, accountability, and sustainable development, preserving cultural and moral values that unify our people and guide ethical governance.
High point of the service was a Thanksgiving session where gratitude was offered for the successful journey of the state so far. Activities marking Ondo State at 50 will continue on Monday, February 2 with a public lecture and will climax with a gala and award night on Tuesday, February 3, 2026. Blessing Obi, Osrc News.
Indeed, Ondo State's Golden Jubilee Thanksgiving service was a moment of gratitude, reflection, and of course, unity, as leaders and citizens alike gathered to thank God for the 50 years of progress and divine guidance. So prayer remains strong for peace, development, and continued prosperity for the Sunshine State. The Anambra State government has announced the reopening of Onitsha main market on Monday, February the 2nd, for full economic and commercial activities, assuring leaders and residents of adequate security. Governor Chukwuma Soludo had ordered the closure of the market for 1 week, following the failure of traders to comply with the state government's directive to disregard the Monday sit-at-home order. Soludo had warned that the closure could be extended if traders failed to comply, adding that security agencies were deployed to seal the market to enforce the order. However, the State Commissioner for Information Law, Emefo, announced that the 1 week closure had elapsed and directed traders to resume normal business activities tomorrow. Mefo urged traders to ignore threats from non-state actors, assuring them of maximum security, and encouraged residents to report any security concerns. He also reminded civil servants and teachers that the state's pro-rata salary policy remained in force, stressing that no work on Monday means no pay. And in Kaduna State, no fewer than 80 worshippers who escaped abduction during a bandit attack on the Common Wali community in Kajuru local government area of the state have returned to their homes after spending about 2 weeks taking refuge in neighboring villages. The village head of Common Wali, Ishako Danazumi, who confirmed the development, said about 177 worshippers were initially believed to have been abducted during the attack, but 80 were later confirmed to have escaped and sought safety in nearby communities. Danazumi, however, disclosed that 86 worshippers are still being held captive by the bandits. He appealed to the federal government and the military to expedite action to secure the safe return of the remaining 86 people still in the bandits' camp. The World Hijab Day is observed globally on February 1, a day for Muslim women and advocates to reflect on the significance of the hijab as a symbol of faith, dignity, and identity. The 2026 celebration is themed Unity in Hijab, emphasizing togetherness and shared values among Muslim women across all cultures. Joy Pius tells us more.
A symbol of modesty, faith, and devotion to Islamic tenets, the hijab and women who wear them are revered in Muslim communities worldwide. The World Hijab Day is therefore marked annually on February 1 to promote the understanding, respect, and awareness of hijab, while encouraging Muslim women to proudly embrace their religious identity. This year's theme, Unity in Hijab, highlights the unifying role of hijab among Muslim women worldwide, regardless of background, nationality, or social status. Across communities, the day is usually observed with reflections on faith, modesty, and the importance of adhering to Islamic teachings.
Hijab is compulsory. When Almighty Allah has commanded our prophets that tell your women, your children, tell them that they should use their jilbab, that is this hijab, covering themselves, to make them safe from fitna, and they will be respected. It is under must for us to use the hijab.
We have it categories. We have one covering our head. We have one covering all part of our body. That is himar, hijab, and veil.
A resounding message this year is for Muslim women to remain steadfast
nobody will see that part of you, and this is what Almighty Allah asks us to cover, and it's part of having fear of God in your heart. Because if you fear your Lord, you obey Him, and if you obey Allah, Allah will protect you from any harm that come across you. Therefore, I'm encouraging our women that we should keep on using our hijab anytime, anywhere, any day, because the heat we are running away from here, we are going to meet it in the grave, if you like it or not.
I would rather, first of all, go to the father. If you take care of your wife, supposed to be, your wife will now instruct and direct your children. I mean, the ladies, the daughters, the girls, in the home, to exact there's no
divisions, as it reinforces shared Islamic values and strengthens the bond among Muslim women.
Anybody that is using hijab, we are one. No discrimination. You know, we have different type of hijab. This type is one of it. We have the one that our old mama is called Iborit or Iboro, and we have another one that some of our sisters using that we call Jelbab. So we should not discriminate. Hijab is a hijab, and anywhere we see ourselves as a Muslim, we are one.
They expressed optimism that the annual observance will continue to inspire younger generations and foster greater acceptance and understanding of hijab as they look forward to more celebration that promotes awareness, respect, and solidarity. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
Oh yes, World Hijab Day reminds us of the value of unity, dignity, faith, while celebrating the strength and identity of Muslim women across cultures. And now we'll take a break. We'll return. We'll bring you more stories. Please do rejoin us.
Ondo State, a golden journey of 50 years. The Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development and the Odatua Women Initiative proudly congratulates His Excellency Governor Lucky Orimisan Ayedatiwa, his amiable wife Oluwaseun Ayedatiwa, the resilient women of Ondo State, and the entire people of our dear Sunshine State for the grace to witness this historic season. Ondo State at 50. Lónìí, gbogbo àwọn obìnrin jákèjádò ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo ń gbádùn ìṣèjọba rere ètò ìjàlèjàkú. Ṣé gbogbo àwọn obìnrin láàyè nínú ìṣèjọba ni tàbí ètò ìrónilágbára tó wà fún tìmílẹ̀ tẹ̀lẹ́mù? And peace from the grassroots under the purposeful leadership of Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa. We pray for more growth, more unity, and lasting peace in our dear Sunshine State. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin obìnrin àti ará ìlú lápapọ̀ ẹ wá darapọ̀ mọ́ gómìnà wa, igbákejì wọn àti gbogbo ìgbìmọ̀ ìṣèjọba nínú ètò àjọ̀dún àyájọ́ àádọ́ta ọdún ìdásílẹ̀ ìpínlẹ̀ yìí. Àgbájọwọ́ báyìí la fi ń sọ̀yà. Ó dà tiwa o, ó dìrọ̀, ó ní ìgboro jigijigi. Honourable Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development and convener Odatua Women Initiative, Dr. Oluwaseun Osamaye, announcer.
Thank you very much for rejoining us. You can watch us live on our digital channel More Plus 720 and on our website www.osrc.ng, or follow us on Facebook at OSRC TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel OSRC TV Ondo. Ala River is one of the oldest natural features in Akure, existing long before the city expanded into an urban center. Historically, the river served as a key source of water for early settlers, supporting domestic activities, agriculture, and traditional crafts. Over time, Ala River continued to function as a central element of Akure's natural ecosystem. Adewumi Taiwo highlights how the river connects several neighborhoods and nearby communities.
Ala River is a vital water body in Akure, the Ondo State capital, stretching approximately 57 kilometers. It originates from the northwestern part of Akure and flows southeast, draining into Ogbese River. Environmentally, economically, and culturally, Ala plays a crucial role in maintaining ecological balance within Akure. Farmers rely on the river for irrigation, especially during dry season periods, contributing to food production and local economic stability. Ala River holds deep traditional significance, which features in local history, folklore, and communal identity. Reacting, the Sele of Akure, Chief Taiwo Fagite, described Ala River a symbol of unity and survival for the people of Akure. According to him, the river remains a shared inheritance that must be safeguarded for future generations.
Ala River is a river that doesn't absorb dirtiness. Like nowadays that people start throwing dirty into rivers, into gutters when it rains. You understand? Allah is a very clean water. Allah is the kind of water that if you have issues, in those days if you are barren, if you go to Allah River and pray, God will answer your prayer and you have a child. So Allah River is more of a blessing to us in Akure.
He noted that Ala River has historically contributed to the growth and stability of Akure and its environs.
Anytime we are having the Ifa festival in the palace, we used to, on the last day of the Ifa festival, we used to appease the Ala River for it to continue to guide and protect us in Akure, for it not to overflow so that we will have flooding. I know on the last day of the Ifa Deji, we used to prepare special sacrifice and to be taken to the Ala River. That I know we've been doing over the years. And normally we go there, we pray to the river for it to continue to protect us, for it not to get flooded so that prayer will be flooded, for it to continue to guide and protect our children so that they don't get drowned.
A community leader spoke of how the river has supported family livelihoods for decades. He also called for greater awareness and collective responsibility in maintaining the river as a valuable natural asset.
Allah, throughout all Akure, the water moves around like that, and the benefits. So, sometimes in this small town streets, they be fishing, doing a lot of things there, like taking water for other disposable use, either for building a house. They will go there and fetch water, or however. If it is well maintained now, because the population, the way people are growing now, things are getting wider. If they can be maintained, there will be a comfort or a drainage, a big drainage to contain it. That what they did just of those, the way they did, we are still enjoying it. The drainage is so wide, thanks to the governor of the state for doing this for us.
Residents across Akure and neighboring communities have expressed appreciation for the renewed attention given to Ala River. They describe it.
Well, Ala River has been described as a shared inheritance and a blessing to Akure, so let's always keep it clean. And now, the Nigerian Navy, the government of Ondo State, and the people of Idoani in Osrc local government area gathered to bid farewell to one of Nigeria's most accomplished military officers, retired Rear Admiral Oladele Daji, who was laid to rest in his country home in Idoani. The burial, attended by top government officials, senior military officers, and dignitaries from across the country, was with full military honors, emotional tributes, and glowing testimonies of a life dedicated to national service, intellectual excellence, and peace. Our reporter Sunday Adeyanju has the detail.
The ancient town of Idoani in Osrc local government area of Ondo State stood still as family members, military officers, government officials, traditional rulers, and well-wishers gathered to pay their final respect to the late Rear Admiral Oladele Daji. Born into the family of late Sunday Timothy, the late Rear Admiral Daji was admitted into the Nigerian Defense Academy, Kaduna in 1984 as a member of the 36th Regular Combatant Corps and was commissioned into the executive branch of Nigerian Navy as a sub-lieutenant in September 1989. While in service, the late officer held several critical appointments, including security officer to the then military administrators of Ondo and Edo State, as well as to the chief of naval staff and commandant Nigerian Navy ship Kora Apapa, Lagos. He got to the peak of his career when he was appointed commandant of the National Defense College, Abuja, in March 2021, a position he held with distinctions until his voluntary retirement from service in January 2022. A host of dignitaries from across the country graced the event to pay their last respect to the fallen officer. Many described the late Rear Admiral Daji, a close one and a consummate professional who served Nigeria with honors and distinctions.
40 years now. Very nice, successful. Obi was one of our most brilliant minds. He was an officer par excellence. Obi, as I used to call him, as my roommates at the academy when I was in Fatima.
His children described him a loving and caring father, a great man of peace, a man of people who diligently serve God, his family, and his nation.
He was a man that had many roles, and I would say for each and every role that he had, he excelled in each and every one of it. My father was a great man. He was a man of peace. He was everybody's friend.
The late Rear Admiral Oladele Daji died on the 20th of December 2025 at the age of 59. Sunday at Diyanju for Osrc Social and Community News.
Well, aside, the Duane people in the state will surely miss him. So fair day, retired Rear Admiral Oladele Daji, the old Ondo still will surely miss you. And with that, we conclude social and community news on Osrc television. Thank you very much for watching. Good evening.